Hello, my love, and welcome back to the channel. And if you are new here, I am Kay, an astrologer, numerologist, and spiritual witch here on YouTube. Listen, if you've been attracted to this video, take this as your confirmation from your own spirit guides and angels that you were meant to receive it. Check out the new book by me also, Make It Happen, How to Manifest Anything. The link is in the description box below. Let's get into your video. Hello Capricorn, and welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you here if you are returning, and welcome if it's your first time here. So look Capricorn, what I see for you this month is a lot of energy around your career, your direction, some healing around the home life as well, and also there looks as though there could be some love in the air for you as well. So as we start the month, what we see here on the screen is the chart for the full moon and how the universe is going to look. It's going to be on the 9th of October at 8:55 p.m. This is GMT, my local time. It will be at 16 degrees of the sign Aries. Now this could happen on the 9th or it could happen on the day before. It does depend on where you are in the world. So as we start the month, the sun is actually going to be in the sign of Libra, and we can see him here on the screen down the bottom circled in black at 16 degrees of the sign Libra. He is going to be blessing your career, your direction, and your house of fame. So where this is happening and what the sun brings is blessings, growth, and vitality. So in terms of your career and where you're going overall in life, it could be a really good time for Capricorn. Or for those of you who are very career orientated and you're thinking about your direction here, the start of the month is definitely a good time to be focusing in on this. Now the 10th house where the sun is going to be, this is the house that we call fame. So it's what you're known for, and it's normally linked to your career. So it could be a very, very blessed time for this part of your life. By the time we actually get to the full moon, which we can see here on the screen, we've got the sun, 16 degrees of Libra down the bottom, circled in black. At the top, we've got the moon, 16 degrees of Aries, circled in black as well. Just to the right hand side of her, you can see another symbol here that's circled in pink. This is the asteroid Chiron. Now these two are going to form a conjunction during this full moon week, and what this gives us is an energy of healing some kind of trauma for us all, depending on where it will fall in a person's chart. Now when planets conjunct, they are merging together and their energies are as one. So the moon is about our emotions, how we feel, and it also represents, the mother figure and feminine energy. And Chiron as an asteroid, this is not a planet, he is the wound healer. So what he does is heals wounds or deep, regret or upset or anything that we need to go over and heal from. This is his job. Now for Capricorn, it looks like it could be happening around your home life, your family life, your private life, and anything that has happened in the recent past, or even anything to do with your upbringing as a child, because this is going to happen in your 4th house, which is a really, really nice area to have this energy around the full moon week. Two other things that are happening around this full moon is that we're going to have Mercury, the planet of thoughts, communication, and travel, which is circled here on the screen in blue by number 3 down the bottom. He has been in retrograde and he's going to turn direct by the time we get to the full moon week, which is fantastic news. And it will be when he gets to 6 degrees of the sign of Virgo. Now for you Capricorn, what this means is that you could have some new experiences. You could find yourself in a lot more spiritual alignment because it's happening in your 9th house. And this is the house that deals with travel, that's at a distance, new experiences with situations, people, places, and things. Situations, people, places, and things that are at a distance to us. And I like to describe this house largely as the house of the higher self. It's like spiritual alignment. It's a person's views on life, how they think about things, what they do and don't agree with, and also spirituality and our beliefs, or our belief, I should say, around God or the universe or whatever we believe in comes in this house as well. So with Mercury turning direct here, it could be your ideas, or it could even be communication that comes from somewhere to you. You could hear some news that gives you a new experience. You could hear some news linked to travel. You could also hear some news which is to do with how you see life that gives you a different perspective. But this is certainly a good area for Mercury to be turning direct. The second thing is that Pluto, this planet has been in retrograde for a lot throughout 2022, and this is the planet that's going to bring transformation and change, but it's like slow transformation and change. It's not all of a sudden, and sometimes it can be quite painful. But this is a planet that's basically going to force us to change or force changes in our life. Now, he is finally going to turn direct as well, and he's going to turn direct at 26 degrees of the sign Capricorn. So he's going to turn direct under your energy. Now, this is fantastic for you because obviously where he's circled here in green by number 4, he is going to move from where he is and he will be placed in your first house of you because it's happening under the sign of Capricorn. Now, what this means is that you personally, Capricorn, you may experience some transformation or change, something that is directly linked to how you approach life, your appearance, what it is that you want out of life, your personality. This is the house of the self, basically, and how we move through life and how we put ourselves out there. So with this planet turning direct that causes change, it could be that any kind of, I want to say, hold-ups or setbacks that you may have had personally for you, which hasn't allowed any change to happen in your life that you may have wanted. With his now motion in direct under your energy, by the time we get to the full moon week, this could all change. Some of you could be in for, whatever it is that you desire or whatever change it is that you desire, and it could just start to unfold now. For others of you, it could be that a sudden change or something happens in your life that you didn't ask for or that you didn't anticipate, but it is surrounding you and your experience and how you put yourself out into life. And hopefully, if you are experiencing the latter as we end 2022, just know that whatever it is that Pluto brings us is always for our highest good. Even if it's a change that we don't want, we don't expect, and we didn't anticipate, in the long term, his change brings around spiritual growth. His change brings around transformation that is for the best of a person. So I really hope that energy resonates for you, Capricorn. So by the time we've gone through the full moon in Aries and we get to the end of the month, we're then going to be having the new moon eclipse in Scorpio. So on the screen, we can see the sun, the moon and Venus all circled in black. They are all at 2 degrees of the sign Scorpio. Now, what's special about this new moon, as I said, it's an eclipse, which means something has to go or something's going to come in. And we can tell that by where the eclipse is happening. And it's happening by the south node this year. So just to the left of where we've got the planets circled in black, you can see kind of like an upside down horseshoe. This is the south node. The south node is about the past, release and letting go. But being a new moon, obviously something has to come in because new cycles start around a new moon. Now for Capricorn, this new moon eclipse in Scorpio is happening in your 11th house of hopes, dreams, aspirations and important people, which is a really, really nice place to have it. Venus is a representation of what we desire. She represents love, money, art and beauty as well. So where she is also conjunct with the sun and the moon for the new moon, it could be that something is brought to you that you desire, that is to do with your hopes, dreams, goals and the important people that you have in your life. And the important people, these are the kind of people that you're connected with, but not necessarily for a romantic reason. These are people that you may work with, co-workers, associates, people that you do business with, your friends come here. These people in this house are not people that we're necessarily in love with romantically. We normally have some kind of relationship with them because it's mutually beneficial or we work with them or any other reason apart from love. So what I see is while there could be some kind of transformation or opportunity or maybe even something fall away or depart because it's a south node eclipse, at the same time something could return to you that you greatly desire. It could be a hope, a goal, a dream, whatever it is, but this new moon eclipse is in a really lovely area for you. Now, 2 other things that are happening around this week is that we're going to have Saturn, which is the planet that brings challenges and forces us to kind of mature and experience some kind of hardship before we can learn a lesson. He here is circled by green and he's by the number 2. he's finally going to turn direct. He has been in retrograde a lot this year. And for you, Capricorn, this is around your personal finances. So this is your money, what it is that you own, what you are worth in terms of your money, you know, your property and so forth. And this house also covers a person's values. So this means what they value in life, what they place value on, and also their own kind of morals that they have as a person. And the body also comes here as well. So for some Capricorns, you know, as this is your ruling planet as well, if you have been experiencing financial difficulty or financial hardship this year, then certainly as Capricorn has been retrograde in this part of your life, this could have been why. But the moment he turns direct as we close out the year, it could be that things really start to ease off for you. And if that's the case for you, Capricorn, then I hope so much that this comes to fruition for you. The second thing is that Mars, which is circled here in red by number 3, this is the planet that talks about motivation, determination, drive, how we get through life, how a person expresses their anger, and also how they express their own sexual energy. He is about to form a retrograde, so he's going to start moving backwards through the sign of Gemini until he goes back into a forward motion. So when a planet retrogrades, basically what it's doing is bringing us back to a situation, person, place, or thing to re-experience, to re-look at, to try again with, or to basically make sure that everything is as it should be. And for you, Capricorn, this is going to be around your other financial house, your 6th house. But this is the house of how you actually earn money. So it could be that while Saturn is bringing some ease to your personal finances when he turns direct, as Mars goes retrograde, the universe is kind of supporting you to think about how you can maybe go back and earn money, or what it is that you do to earn money, or any side hustle, or whatever it is that it may be to do with your money. But he is supporting you with how it can come into you. This house also, the 6th house, it covers not just how we earn money, but it's also the services that we provide to other people, or how we are of service to them and we help them. This is the house of our personal physical health, and it's also the area of life that deals with disputes that we have with other people, and our pets actually come in this house as well. So while the main theme of this house is how you earn money, Mars's retrograde could also be relevant for those other parts of your life as well. So your physical health, you know, thinking about your physical health and what you do with this, any disputes that you've had with anyone, it could be a good time during Mars's retrograde to maybe address any disputes that you've had. And lastly as well, you know, if you are thinking about how you earn money, of course it's a great time for that. Now Mars will be in retrograde for at least, I'd say, 3 or 4 weeks. So as we close out the month and move into November, it's a good time for all this, for that part of your life. Finally, Capricorn, to close out your horoscope, something that I need to speak to everybody about is Jupiter's retrograde, and I've been mentioning it quite a lot this year because it's quite an important planet for 2022. So at the start of this year, I did do a video on why it's so important when we have Jupiter under Pisces. It's a real opportunity. It's like a real window of opportunity for luck, and that is because Jupiter is the planet of luck, fortune, blessings, and his job is basically to expand everything in a real jolly way and make everything, you know, happy. And even if he's in a retrograde motion, his energy doesn't really change much. He's still that planet of good luck and fortune. Now he's going to do 2 things as we close out the month. The first thing is that he's going to move back into 0 degrees of the sign Aries. So we can see him on the screen here, down here circled in red. And when a planet is at 0 degrees, whether this is in your birth chart and you're born with it like myself, or you know someone, or it happens in a transit, new moon, full moon, whatever time of the year it happens, it's a heads up from the universe that this planet at 0 degrees is giving you a new opportunity to make a new chapter, and that chapter will be wherever that planet is falling, under whatever sign, however it vibrates against your own personal birth chart, if it happens in a transit. Now during this time, generally speaking for Capricorn, for this horoscope, he will be at 0 degrees of Aries, and this will impact on your home, your family, and your private life. And so what I'm saying to you, Capricorn, is that this part of your life, which also covers anything of the recent past and how you were brought up, is really, really lucky, you know. And when I say private life, this isn't things that you would put on social media. These are things that you would keep to yourself. This is, you know, to do with who you live with, what goes on in your home, what goes on with your intimate family. This is what we call the fourth house, and the mother figures would fall here as well, and the recent past. So while we've got Jupiter's energy creating that new chapter for you, if you need to be addressing anything with your own personal home life and home, this could be a good time as we close out the month. On the 28th, he's finally going to move back into the sign of Pisces at around 6:09 a.m. GMT. This is my local time, so it could be the same day for you, or it could be the day before, depending where you are in the world. But I did do a video on this maybe the start of this year, and it might pop up somewhere here as I'm speaking, or at the end of this video, to let you know why it is so wonderful, important, and what I like to call the Midas touch when we have Jupiter under Pisces. And it is basically because this is the sign that really elevates this planet's energy. It is a good, perfect energy for Jupiter. So when we see Jupiter under Pisces, whether he's in retrograde or not, it could generally be a very lucky and fortunate time for the duration that he's in that sign. And Jupiter is a very slow moving planet, so it takes him a long time to move out of signs. By the 28th, he would have gone back into Pisces, and for you Capricorn, he is bringing luck and his Midas touch energy to your education, your short trips, and any of your extended family, or anything to do with your extended family. So for you, Jupiter seems to be bringing luck around your family and your home life, mainly from what I'm seeing from his movement. But when we talk about extended family, these are uncles, aunts, cousins, people that aren't like our mum, dad and sister. They aren't our intimate family members that may live with us, or even our children. These are the extended ones. So he will be where the arrow is at number 3. He will shift forward one for the sign of Capricorn. So I really do hope that your family life is blessed. There is a lot of luck, fortune and blessings for you and your family and your extended family as well, as Jupiter makes his movement through this part of his retrograde. And that's about it, Capricorn. That's what I see for you for this month. It's a pretty small horoscope this month, but there is a lot going on. And my only intention was that this would help someone, whoever comes across it, and there would be something here for them. So please do give the video a like. Please do drop me a comment, if there was something here to help you. And if you're new here, then why not subscribe? I would love to see you here again. And if you are someone who's been here before and you're returning, then thanks so much. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful month, Capricorn, and I will catch you in November for your horoscope then.